Another special edition of Trauma Talk Radio with your host, today's guest, Freedom Coach Natasha. And today's question, welcome.
Thank you.
And today's question we have, so what is your experience partnering with corporate organizations versus churches?
Yeah, when I first heard this question, when someone sent this question in, I was like, ooh, do I really want to answer this question? But my experiences with churches, I've had one good experience with partnering with the church, and that's because they actually reached out to me for a training on how to be a trauma-informed church. And it was around that same time the Lord was already speaking to me, saying that he was going to prepare me to send me to churches. And I'm actually happy that was a good experience, because not only they were receptive and hungry for the training. And so when I experienced a lot of rejection from the church before that experience and even after, I just came to a point to where now I'm just going to wait for churches to reach out to me. After my last experience with actually initiating some type of partnership with the church last year, I just said I'm not going to initiate it. It would have to be in that format. While on the other hand, when it comes to corporate organizations, when I initiate partnership, I get a better response. They're more receptive and open to receiving the services. And what I've noticed is they're open because they're focused on the results. I have a proven track record that what I offer produces results in the lives of other people, and it increases their job performance. And so that's all their concern is. Whereas there's other stipulations or misunderstandings that may come from the church world. I hope that answers the question. What do you think?
Yeah, that's understandable. Because sometimes I guess churches have like preconceived ideals of how things should be, and sometimes they aren't as open to like working with, I don't know, somebody outside their organizations. But there are good like churches out there, and some churches are open to work with, so it could be more of a challenge because sometimes the churches could be stuck in their tradition, where the organizations, if they really want to grow, you have to be open to change or you're going to go out of business. So
Yeah, absolutely. So with my experience with the church, it's like, because of that, like how you say they have their traditions, they have their protocols in place. It's as if you have to go through their protocols to be approved. And to me, that doesn't make sense, because me being a freedom coach and doing what I do with soul trauma recovery is me being my authentic self. And I don't see a need to go through a process to be approved and affirmed to be authentically me and my significance and my purpose for being here in the earth realm per God. Because I didn't look to be a freedom coach. This all came from my personal relationship with the Lord in the first place. And so it's amazing how those from afar can see that versus those that are right here close to you that you can see and touch every day. So it just comes with it, I guess.
that's good. Yeah. That's good. So I think whether it's a church or whether it's a corporation, as long as they're open-minded and as long as they really want to help people, seem like they'll be open to work with you. Yeah. And you would think that would be the main purpose of a church, to help and save people. Corporations, sometimes their main purpose is to, make money. Right. But they do have programs where, reach out to communities and whatnot. So
yeah. And I noticed too with the pandemic, a lot of corporations are noticing the importance of mental health and mental wellness, and how that does increase their bottom line because it increases their work performance. So there is a need to help people navigate not only the traumas in their personal lives, but the traumas they may face in the workplace, and still come out with the ability to remain solution driven, you know, have great conflict resolution skills and different things of that matter that's going to bring value to that organization, that business. So yeah, absolutely.
Right, because when you work for a company, and if you know the company actually cares about you and what you're going through, I mean, of course you're in business to make a profit, but it's also good to care about your employees too. Because I mean, you know, this might sound like a line, but it's true. A happy employee is a more productive employee, and you know, if people know that the company cares about them, and you know, hey, if I'm going through something, you're going to take time out to have me actually talk to someone who specializes in trauma. That's good. You know, that employee would be more productive, more happy, and you know,
Absolutely.
you know,
So, in close of this, I'm looking forward to those opportunities that God is going to send in the future. And I just trust that He's going to send them. And I'm going to continue to be obedient with what He has told me to do in the meantime. And that's spread the Freedom from Trauma gospel news with our Trauma Talk Radio podcast. Woohoo!
thank you.